be presenting what technologies are we using at Volvo Cars to create the next generation of cockpits, dashboards, and like how do we prepare for the new era with self-driving cars, and also in the post-COVID world, what tools are we using to design and collaborate. So my name is Timmy Ghiurau, and I'm leading virtual experiences and innovation initiatives at Volvo Cars, as well as helping our tech fund, which is our investment arm, to explore and find new tech startups. My background is in music and fashion, and after that I decided to move into gaming, and I worked with a few eye tracking, brain-computer interface. After we were acquired by Oculus, I moved to work at Volvo Cars and tried to see how I can use my skills that I acquired in the creative industry to solve challenges in one of the most traditional industries, which is automotive. At Volvo Cars, lately we are going into a transformation. We are regrouping ourselves to long-term ambitions, which is like safety, sustainability, and personalization. So we formed a few clusters where we look into autonomous vehicles, electrification, and also a shared mobility. When I joined Volvo, I discovered that there was a lot of groups working with the same things, but they were not communicating with each other. And then I decided that instead of me finding problems for my solution, that I would go into the listen mode and actually see what are the key problems in automotive. And I had to discover the ways of working in the community to be able to democratize the tools and methods that we are creating across company in design, R&D, and marketing. We are using Unity 3D a lot to design cars, to validate different concepts, HMI development, which are the screens in the car, as well as doing simulations for different scenarios in self-driving cars. So we're using it from marketing areas, in training, autonomous vehicles, and what we focus a lot is how do we put the human in the loop, putting the human in the middle of the technology and design with the human in mind. So yeah, here are a few examples of how we use it, like for instance, self-parking scenarios, and we do a lot of testing with users and simulate it, and it's really cool using real-time 3D to have instant feedback, and that we can do the changes on the way, which saves us a lot of time and money. We had created internally a tool called Product Simulator, where we use Unity to get models from the design department, and then in the R&D phase, we connect a lot of modules from vehicle dynamics, interaction model functionalities to be able to simulate the whole car behavior early on before we even produce it. Because what happens in automotive, engineers and designers, they have different language, and it's hard to communicate and integrate our product with the intended behavior, and then also having customers in the loop. And when we have the full behavior in the car, we can actually put it in context, in city, in a parking lot, on highway, and test different sensors and see how we can make our cars better. After that, we are ready to launch the car. So we use the same technologies. Now, after post-Corona time, we're looking on how should we sell our cars, how should we reach out to customers if they can't come to our dealerships. So there are some examples from Product Simulator. It's a shame that I can't show videos, but I will stick to pictures for now. Yeah, here are just quick examples. Lately, we looked into how should we make our collaboration, remote collaboration tools even more efficient. As during Corona, we couldn't meet, but we still had to work around the car and our product. And we evaluated different tools. And especially when it comes to designing interaction concepts, we use something called design thinking. And I saw some talks today at UPPSTART around that, where we try to understand, define, ideate, do prototyping and testing iteratively all the time. And we do everything from like stereofoam cars to have a low fidelity of the model so we can focus on what matters, like integrating different functions. Um, we have something called Wizard of Oz, which is simulating self-driving cars. So we have someone in the back seat driving the car, and the users think that the car are driving themselves. So we can test their reaction times, their trust in the AD systems before we can actually risk and try to drive on a public road with a fully automated car. And here you can see that people after 10 minutes, they're fully trusting the car, they carry on, scroll Instagram, send emails, and completely trusting the system. But for that, we really need to design an HMI that communicates when the people are in control or not. So as we said, we really need to prepare for the self-driving cars, how to design the features, and if you're not driving, how can you spend time in a meaningful way in your car, and like having meetings, relaxing. Since our value is like the freedom to move in a safe, sustainable, and personal way. So we need to make this personal to every person, and being as inclusive, having an inclusive design while staying as a premium brand. We do a lot of simulations in different forms, like simulator rigs, ergonomics, testing different interactions with the car, and we tried a big range of headsets, and it was hard to use it, to use the consumer headsets. To users were not able to read text on the screens in the car or see the uh, material quality and so on. But we found a company called Vario in Finland, in which we invested with our investment fund because we really believed in the team, and we found a really strong partnership. And what we tried to do, like since we met them in 2018, was to be able to drive with a headset, being able to swipe between car models as you drive and different concepts, so we could do user testing faster and more accurate. And this is the concept that we shown them when we met them. And then we started with a few iterations. First, we just replaced the screen graphics, but then we were able to replace the whole car as we were driving. And also inject the external objects as a virtual moose or pedestrian to see how are the reactions of the users while driving. And we found a lot of use cases, from distraction to design evaluation, UX evaluation, and reachability, ergonomics, and really improved our workflow. Here are some pictures from our early days testing with duct tape and a lot of improvised tracking systems till we find a perfect one that worked. And the resolution and driving was really immersive. So I was driving the first time, and I was able to drive at a speed of 120 per hour without motion sickness, without getting sick, and just swiping from different car concepts and being able to record and also use eye tracking for analytics and see how are users responding to different designs. We try to drive in the night and see if we can overlay objects on the road, tracking to detect movement, and we finalized something as a package which was working really well, so we were able to replicate the system in different cars. And Yeah, about a year ago, we went to San Francisco and we presented the concept at Augmented World Expo, and it exploded everywhere. And it was Adam Savage from Mythbusters, which was a childhood hero, was testing the system, and then I realized how powerful VR and immersive technologies are in enterprise, not only in gaming, where we can solve real-world problems and expose users to different scenarios. So here are some stills from the headset. These are filmed directly from the headset. I added the link in the chat if you want to watch it. And we have other videos about meeting VR and collaborating in design reviews using Vario. Yeah, as you can see, the car was morphing into another model, so we can change environments, be in the real environment, or change only the few elements in the car. The high resolution of the Vario enabled us to really look at the human eye resolution, like really impressive quality of the material. So our heads of design and UX can actually use the headset to proper do validation when they decide in which concept we're going for. As you can see, left to right, the left is a HoloLens capture, and on the right is what you get with Vario. It's like true black, true color, and larger field of view. You could see your own hands in the virtual model, and you can use them to interact, which really adds to the immersiveness and really enables users to interact with the car. We launched also a collaboration with Meeting VR and Vario, where we could actually work on the model and collaborate on the model together. And we are focusing on automating our toolchain as much as possible. So we look into code automation. There is a startup called Teleport HQ, maybe you've seen it, where you can draw wireframes and it generates a website directly for you. And we used it to generate the graphics in the car directly. So designers in one day can design a full new head-up display concept, and in a few hours being able to drive with it with the headset on the road, so we could actually test it directly. And our passion now is new interaction models. We all see what's happening in the media, leaks from Apple launching Apple glasses, or Mojo Vision doing contact lenses. And we do think that that's the next mobile computing. The phones will fade away, and the era of wearables will come. And we want to be prepared for it. So we are really looking for new technologies that can help us create better. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions. Yes, I can share some videos in the chat, so I will just do that. Thank you. Yeah, I think VR, it's a great technology that cross industries and cross departments, and we love that the things that we have developed can be used in healthcare and in other industries, and that's what we are focusing in our new innovation department, to see how we can tap into other industries and connecting the dots by using immersive technologies. Um, I don't think we would use it as a regular control device in Volvos, but definitely in self-driving car context as a mean of entertainment or conferencing, it would work. And we could use the same tracking that we used in the R&D and design reviews. So much the obstacle is the cost, and also we are a safety brand, so we don't want to put users in critical scenarios, but I think in the future wearables will become more accessible and more lightweight. So I think we would be able to use it in the car and have contextual UX, like information placed at the right time. Okay, I think my time is up. But thank you all. You can reach me out at my email. I will send you here, or on Twitter or LinkedIn. Thank you all.